Now Tkachuk with it. Back out to Spence at the right point. Then across to the left side, shot. Deflects off the glass. Now Stützle in to play the puck for Ottawa. Stützle moves it out to the point. Shot by Thompson, turned aside by Shesterkin for Braden Schneider. Now Zub out at the right point with a drive. Saved by Shesterkin. He covers.
Ottawa Senators don't give up a lot of shots, and yet the save percent from the goal is 32nd in the league.
Right, last in the league. Shot by Clevin, blockered aside by Shesterkin. Now Pinto, native of Franklin Square, New York. Here's Spence, across for Claude Giroux. Score! Pinto, the quick release. Beating Shesterkin, it's a power play goal. Ottawa leads 1-0.
You know, the key is to pass right into the wheelhouse of Pinto. Now Ottawa Senators just get possession in the offensive zone. They're not overly anxious to make anything happen. Kind of methodically set it up, and it's just to the back of the net. It goes right through the legs of Igor Shesterkin. They create room with the...
Connor Mackey ahead for Robertson. Perreault had it stripped by Foegele. Foegele with a shot, and that's turned aside. Senators clear. Here's Spence and across the Ranger line. Spence off the post. And Cooley controls the puck now for the Rangers.
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk made that a 2-on-1 by darting into the offensive zone, and that drew Shesterkin off the goalpost, I think, and it actually hit the goalpost. Otherwise, it's 2-0 Ottawa.
Now here comes Stützle, dropping it back for Giroux. Blocked off by Trocheck. Across it comes to Matenpalo, saved by Shesterkin. Cooley with the puck down for the Rangers. Ottawa with the game's first 8 shots. Here's Batherson across, looking for Stützle. Batherson controls for Ottawa. Batherson maintains control of the puck. Carries in deep. Keeps it away from Trocheck. Now Thompson just up from the American Hockey League. Now Tkachuk with it once again. Cross ice for a shot by Clevin off the bar. Second post or crossbar hit by the Senators over the first 12 minutes. Lafreniere on the puck for the Rangers, takes a hit from Tkachuk. Here is Spence moving in with a shot. Shesterkin hangs on to it.
You know, I seldom criticize with the word effort, but boy, oh boy, hard not to observe that, or lack thereof, in this first period.
Save made by Shesterkin on Shabbat. Here's Parsonen. Moves it into the Ottawa zone. Zub held up by Parsonen. Hamelas with the puck. Sends it through the crease. Out it comes to Fox. Deflected on the way in. Well, now the Rangers will try and answer on the power play. Brought to you by Genesis. Fox shot deflects just wide. Miller back across for Fox with the Rangers on the power play. Here's Miller once again. Now Trocheck looking for Zibanejad. Puck covered by Reimer. Under a minute to go in the period, and on the Ranger penalty. Dylan Cousins down low. Brady Tkachuk across. Picked off, held in by Dylan Cousins. Here's Shabbat, down to 40 seconds. Now Stützle, defended by Cartier. Here's Batherson for the Senators. Back up top, Stützle. Stützle leaving it for Dylan Cousins. Saved by Shesterkin. Lafreniere works the puck free, clears the zone. Minute and a half in, second period. Clevin with a drive, stick save Shesterkin. Thomas Chabot has not returned for the second period.
Boy, that's a big up for them. That's, you know, again, next to Sanderson, he's the guy that moves it off the back end.
Shot by Mackey, turned aside by Reimer. Now Schneider for Fox. Tried to get it through to Schneider. Puck was knocked out of the air by Nick Cousins. Outlet pass for Pinto. Pinto stopped by Shesterkin. Cartier lifts the puck ahead for Mika Zibanejad. Terrific interview by Michelle Gingras following the first period with Mika. who said he was pretty much speechless during the ceremony when he heard it narrated by his wife. Zibanejad stopped by Reimer. That was a surprise to Mika.
There we go. There's plays like that. You got to get the crowd back into this thing.
Shot by Montempaulo, turned aside by Shesterkin. Will Cooley and then Yaro Hamelas. Now Cartier joins the party. Mackey couldn't clear. Here's Eller, cross-ice pass, score! Off the attempted clear by Connor Mackey. It was kept alive by the Senators, and Foegele gives Ottawa a 2-0 advantage.
Ottawa coming hard on the forecheck. Right, Foegele just does not stop. He stays on Mackey. Mackey's got to throw it away. Then Foegele does a good job and gets to the net. But it's all the fact of the hard straight line forecheck. Shesterkin almost gets across, goes off his.
That comes back out to Brady Tkachuk. Now Dylan Cousins. Cousins fires and saved by Shesterkin. Goals from Pinto and Foegele. Here's Stützle back into the Rangers zone for Giroux. Cross ice, Foegele stopped by Shesterkin. Puck comes to Batherson. Batherson dropping it off. Now Clevin. First penalty has expired. Fourth power play for Ottawa. Shot by Clevin, saved by Shesterkin. Stützle on the puck for Ottawa. Cross ice for Clevin. Clevin moves in, shoots, another save by Shesterkin. Amadio moves the puck up ice. Into the Rangers zone, a glove save made by Shesterkin on Zetterlund. Out to Robertson. Puck cut off by Gregg. Now the outlet pass, chased down by Dylan Cousins, moving in on Shesterkin, who makes the stop.
Cousins legs it out. Schneider on the back check, goes to the backhand, outstretched. On the right side is Igor Shesterkin, and the Rangers get their second delay of the game penalty here.
Final minute of the second period as Pinto sends the puck down low, takes the return. Across, and a save by Shesterkin on Clevin. Puck off the stick of Spence. So the Rangers kill off the first power play. Here's Batherson to the net, saved by Shesterkin with the right pad.
The defensive team doesn't think you're coming.
Here comes Pinto, who scored the first Ottawa goal on the power play, stopped by Shesterkin. Rangers 0 for 2 tonight. Trocheck wins the draw. Shot by Zibanejad, stopped by Reimer.
I've been really impressed with Clevin.
Puck is poked ahead, shorthanded. Here comes Stützle. Stützle, the cross for Pinto, and the save by Shesterkin. Puck comes to Robertson. Shot by Braden Snyder, turned aside by Reimer.
Yeah, you take that into consideration. You know, and I think that is a result of they're just so aggressive on the puck.
There's Cartier across, score! Connor Sherry off the feed from Ty Cartier. The Rangers are on the board. They pull to within one.
Well, we talked about this line at the top of the show and their willingness to play a straight line game. And this is pretty straightforward, folks. The Rangers get out of their own end. Cartier picks up the puck. One hand, he's going to shovel it across. And that coverage, Ottawa's coverage in front of the net, and a little bit lax as Pinto gets out positioned by Connor Sherry. And
up the boards, deflects away from Perreault, picked up by Zibanejad. Hit across the line. Now Gabe Perreault, back to Zibanejad, and Reimer able to stick out the left pad.
Saves. Mika gets an opportunity here. Nice little feather pass from Gabe Perreault.
Lars Eller with the puck for Ottawa. Eller, nice move. He cuts in and is stopped by Shesterkin, who covers.
Left leg, Reimer. Oh, a howdy-doody by Eller. And Igor Shesterkin keeps this to within one.
Puck is cleared. Time winding down. And that will do it. The Senators hold the Rangers to a record tying all-time low 9 shots on goal.